Yeah, I gotta go on live now.
You know, a lot of listed.
Yeah.
You got yours on,
that
Pops?
was good.
Right.
You good, Pops?
Yeah.
Sound? Everybody got sound?
Make sure anybody's
Just got the notification.
Yeah, well, it just came on. Yeah, we're on top.
Yeah, we got sound.
There's always some more this too.
Con.
Okay, everybody's popping.
Okay, good. Shalom. What's going on with that?
The ABG guy.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Con. Hey, we're the brothers of the Great Millstone. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash.
double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever, to the scattered elect that are scattered among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, those very few. To you, we say shalom. With the brothers of the Great Millstone, once again here in Chicago, with honorable representation from DC here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we just gonna, hey, you see the title, the controversy of Zion continues. Amalek won't let up with his media controlled narratives, and he just keeps complaining. Matter of fact, Sam Busy, if you could pull up that article, you know, he keeps screaming anti-Semitism, but then they never really explain what anti-Semitism is. And the thing is that you can do nothing. Somebody grab that scripture. You already know where I'm going.
Yeah.
You can do nothing against this truth, but only for it, because what they're doing is they're causing more people to wake up and more people to ask questions or relook at things, because everyone has seen the Hebrew Israelite thing. And, you know, and you're not getting this type of pushback for calling yourself a Muslim or a Buddhist or a Christian or anything else, or even a Satanist. But you say that you're Israelite, and all of a sudden that's anti-Semitism in one way.
Here's the definition
How
of
is that?
controversy.
You know, how is that so? All right, you know, that's a good thing. The brother looked up controversy. Bring out the definition.
Definition of controversy. I ain't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were looking
No,
it up.
yeah.
That's a spirit, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Nah.
While you're getting it, I got that scripture.
Go ahead, brother.
Second
Definition of
Corinthians
controversy.
chapter 13, verse 8.
Here's the
It
definition
says,
of
"For we
controversy.
can do nothing
Disagreement
against the
typically
truth,
prolonged,
but
public, and heated.
for the truth."
Brother, you just all kind of
Salaki,
technical.
Salaki. Yeah, this is my phone.
Let's start talking with
Yeah.
you. Trying to bring that scripture again.
It says, Second Corinthians
Yeah, I'll wait
chapter
till you
13,
finish.
verse 8. "For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth."
Exactly, man. So no matter what they say, it's backfiring on them. Because once again, you know, when it comes to this whole, you know, to this Israelite thing, you know, Amalek, you should have just stuck to your ignoring it like it really wasn't happening.
That's right.
But because now shining a light on it and putting it in your media, you're going to be put in a position eventually to answer questions that you can't answer.
That's it.
You know,
That they
you just keep right. You just keep. You will not be able to control the narrative just by putting up the anti-Semitic shield to every question, to everything that comes up. Especially when people aren't saying anything that's rude.
Right.
People aren't saying anything where they're insulting anyone. They're simply bringing up historical facts from and you know, from different theologians, from different historians, and many. And the funny thing is that the majority of the literature that we use, the majority of it, because they're talking about this from Negroes to from Hebrews to Negroes thing. But the majority of the information that we use is written by Jewish people and white scholars.
Yeah, if I may say, because ultimately what's going on is, for one, the will of the Father is happening. All right, the will of the Father is happening. All right, and that's why we just read, you can do nothing against the truth before it, because you're not doing anything but the will of the Father anyway. Those that's on the left-hand side in wickedness, all right, you're fulfilling the will of the Father. All right, and on the right-hand side, and those who is shares the mindset of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai through the Spirit, all right, that's also the will of the Most High. Now this is First Esdras chapter 4, verse 38. It says, "As for truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth evermore." All right, so the truth, it liveth, and the truth, it conquereth evermore. it conquers all lies.
That's it.
All right, just like the apostle always talked about that buoy, you know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
goes
In the water.
that goes in the water,
Mhm.
you know,
And
and
it can keep popping up
it
no
just-
matter what.
no matter what,
It's gonna always
it's,
pop up.
it's gonna pop up and crack through all the lies.
Just like Lahab saying that you tagged on, you did a lesson on it. Every lie has an expiration date, and it's
Kind of, I've been using it a lot.
I know kind, but it's because it's the truth.
Yeah.
And the truth,
It endures.
exactly, and it not only endures, it expounds, it expands, it sings, it promotes itself.
Yes.
All right. Just like in Exodus 17 and was it 16? He said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And this generation, this controversy of Zion is going hot on the identification of who we are.
Yeah.
Because
Wow,
they
that's
stole
cool.
who we are.
And two different brothers put it up. That's
Well,
the spirit, man.
I did it. That's they came through. Every time I posted,
Okay,
it's
so
on me,
I-
Benji, and
Well, nevertheless, it popped up there twice. That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
three
Did you
times.
get that? Did you got that definition ready, brother? You ever get that in order?
Yeah, I got it right now. Uh-huh.
Just hit the speaker.
You're
Okay.
gonna have to,
Controversy.
go ahead, brother.
Just read it.
Okay, yeah, I just read it. Cause I be messed up. It says disagreement, dispute, debate. It says a discussion marked especially by expression of opposing views.
So basically, that this is a major prophecy.
Mhm.
And the last, because look, we down to literally the last four main prophecies. The controversy of Zion being one, it's on the table. World War III, the third woe, it's on the table.
Mhm.
All right. The MOTB, which if you say that, they delete our video.
that's right.
That's on the table.
Mhm.
And then the famine of the word.
Words, right.
Hands too.
So that's
It's
on the
more-
table. So nevertheless, it's a discussion.
Yeah.
They avoid the discussion just by simply anti-Semitic.
Right.
They hide just this giant paintbrush shield
Right.
that they just paint anti-Semitic, and then they don't have to answer any of the questions or any of the talk points that are brought up.
And
No, you can't do that.
Right, and the simple believeth everything, and every simple, word of Esau.
Because they said that about that thing from now. I didn't watch that Hebrews and Negroes because I already knew that was some, you know, that's probably controlled opposition. If you ask me, it wasn't done by the men of the Great Millstone or any of the brothers of T. It wasn't done by Great Millstone, Men of Valor, DTA, or the other fifth. I'm not dealing with it anyway. Right? It's done by they probably were talking about Elohim and you know and using all the exactly using the Yiddish fabricated Hebrew, which is used by the Amalekites, the small hatters.
Mhm.
You know.
Look at that controversy in the Hebrew, just for.
Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
This is Rayab, Rayab, all right, which is strife. All right, that means we have a fight.
Wow.
If you have strife, you have a contention right off the bat. Matter of fact, that's another word: contention, controversy, dispute.
And see, they're not just none of that's going. They're trying to avoid that.
Mhm.
They're
Case
trying to
law.
avoid the case law.
That's right.
They don't want it to be discussed. Bring it out, Pops. And
They don't want the receipts to come out.
They don't want the receipts and the evidences to come out. They don't want that part to be talked about.
Yeah, it's like if I could just read the rest of the strong definition: a contest, personal or legal, and this is 1,000% legal, and it's personal, motherfucker, because you stole our identity. You oppress a man and his house
Well, now I
and
gotta
his
read it.
heritage.
This is
man.
Lamentations 5 and 2. Our heritage is turned to strangers.
Come on,
Our
it's
houses,
scripture.
our houses to aliens. So I did a video some years ago, and I'm gonna take that same video, and I'm gonna relabel that video to the Zionists and to rabbis. It was the vocab alone. He ignored it. He didn't want to
And he never responded.
But the video was called 7 Questions to Vocab Alone. Now this is 7 questions to the mainstream
rabbis.
media or to the rabbis. All right? Because the number one question that there's 2 things that I can think of off the first one is, when did any of the Jewish people today, all right, when and where were they putting yokes of irons and put on slave ships and carted around the four corners of the earth via slave ships? That's the first question. That's one of the questions on that thing. The second question that I remember that's on there, because I haven't seen the video in a while.
They might have some Jewish.
The second question was when and where did you lose your heritage? And the third question was, and when did you remember your heritage and get it back? Because those are prophecies. The Israelites had to lose their heritage.
According to scripture.
According to scripture, according to prophecy, according to history. So when and where did that happen to you? And when and where did you get it back? We're waiting.
And throw in there the fact that Carlos' heritage has been scattered abroad,
Right.
even to the ends of the earth. So when the Jews be captive at the bottom, at the end of the earth, which would be America,
And stay there.
yeah, in the western part of the world, and then redeemed out of that. When did that happen?
Yeah, and then in that Psalms 83, it
Come on.
goes off and says how these particular nations made you forget yourselves, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, because of these particular nations that you were scattered to, in captivity to, in subjection to. They were able to be in power, come together and say, you know what, consult it. It's right there in Psalms 83. When did that happen to you so-called people over in our land right now?
Hey, I got you. This is Ezekiel 36, going back to the questions, right? So when did Edom have your land and you got it from them? This is Ezekiel 36. I'm gonna get to the point.
That's definitely in that was read in the lesson in those 7 questions.
That's the spirit. This is Ezekiel 36 and 5. Yep. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart.
The joy of the what?
The joy of all their heart.
So they rejoiced over it, said, aha, we got these niggas down.
That's the same chapter right above that.
That's
Yep.
right, brother.
With the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So when you got your land back, when at the stroke of a pen, for one, when you got your land back at the stroke of the pen, that's why we call you the 48ers. All right, you heard of the 49ers? Well, you're the 48ers, right? So when you got that land at the stroke of the pen, which group of those people over there were the Edomites? When did you get rid of the Edomites out of your land?
Exactly.
Because it's not your land, it's our land, and you are those Edomites, which is exact.
In your own historians and rabbis, your own literature, all right, from your elders and your past people, all throughout the 18th and 19th century wrote about it, and they said it.
Hey, and then
All right, I got receipts. I can give you evidences and books and titles, page numbers, authors.
And that's scripture as well, that their own tongue shall fall upon themselves.
I mean, look right here. This is Yokes of Iron. You can Google it.
Matter of fact,
And no Edomite is on this fucking shit as in a nation being brought into Yokes of Iron.
that was the question I was gonna pose. If you would scroll through it and see if you find any Rosenbergs, any
I didn't see any.
And the beautiful part about this is in the curses, which is one of the curses, Deuteronomy 28, it said these curses shall be upon thee and overtake thee, and shall be a sign.
Brother, read it. Baba shall read it, bro.
Come on,
Verse 46, I believe.
This is Deuteronomy.
So
Here's more prophecy, biblical prophecy that the brother's about to read right here to prove this so-called controversy.
So no Kleins, no Rosenberg, no Goldstein, no Goldsmiths,
I see
no Burns, no Bird, no Burgess.
no birds. Matter of fact, I see Esau here with selling the guy right here. That's the only Stein I see right here is this guy selling some shit.
Right, he's in power right now. On that picture.
Like this meme right here. Which one fits the curse? This guy or this guy? Finkelstein or this brother?
Jacobs.
Yes. All right.
The
This
real Jacob, right?
This is Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low, which is acceptable for Negroes or Italian Americans to be the butt of everybody jokes. We're at the bottom. They call it economic castration, social castration. We're at the bottom of all these things, right? He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. We don't own banks. All right, we don't run these things, right? But we know who does have a huge hand in it. Moreover, here's the point: all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And just typing in yokes of iron on Google, clicking images pulls up Israelites with yokes of iron. These are not African Americans. These are not black people. These are the Israelites, and the proof is the scripture we just read. All right, but just typing that in, it shows up Negroes with yokes of iron. That's a sign. It's so honest. It's so much honest that that's part of what you call black history. That's part of our culture. It's like the song "Strange Fruits." All right. That's because these curses overtook us to be a sign, so you can't get around it. The fact that it says curse be hang on a tree, they made a whole song about that. When you talk about auction blocks, that's part of the black experience of America.
Popular tree.
All right, which is in the law. I mean, yeah, the curses, man. These things are upon us. Being taken from being called black to Negroes, from niggers to African Americans, Afro Americans. Some people I just don't know. That's all part of the curses, man.
Hey, it's funny.
To being called Mexican. Who the fuck labeled you a fucking Mexican? They're goddamn conquerors, man. To being called Cuban. That's all part of the curses overtaking us, man.
Bywords.
Yeah. These other nations know who the hell they are. Hey, Iranians, all they call themselves Iran, they know they Elon. The Arabs, they know they Ishmael.
They know this.
All right? Them Africans don't call themselves Africans. All right? They know that Ethiopians and this and that, man.
Like Kata, the strange land, the strange cat.
Hey, I just took that 7 questions video. Now it's probably gonna get deleted. It's 5 years old, and I just changed it from 7 questions to vocab Dr. White and all Christians to 7 questions to rabbis. Please answer.
You know, it's funny what you said, Benji, because like you said, we went from being Negroes to this, to that, and this, that, and another. And like I said, one of my first birth certificates, when I had to go and apply for my Social Security card, I had to take it up there in like 7th grade. And when I asked my mother for my birth certificate to take up there so that they could file for my Social Security card, my birth certificate said Negro on it. Okay, it said Negro. So when did I go from being a Negro to an African American?
And some of them say black.
Yeah, right. And
Some of them they say Negro, or they say black, and then they say color.
That's right. And it happened around 1980s. Matter of fact, the person who coined the term African American is your cool ass nigga who kills Martin Luther, which is
I said who killed Martin Luther King, which was Jesse fucking Jackson.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I lost a date on that shit. I asked a woman when I called Martin Luther for Queen. I said, "Why you say that?" She ain't talked to me ever since. Bye, bitch.
The Lord saves you,
brother.
That's it from Bull.
Bye,
Bye, Felicia.
That's it.
Bye, Felicia.
But like you were saying, Elder Malcolm, you know, you went to pose a question on them, and it's like, why are these people avoiding antiquity? Okay, why you don't want to deal with the ancient past? You want to take us back, and you don't even want to deal with the slavery history now. You don't want to teach it in school. You want to call it race theory now, and all these critical race theory now, and all these other kinds of things.
They want you to go beyond Africa. You know, that was a Edomite pastor that said you got to go beyond Africa. He even sounded like he was from England or something.
Right.
He said these are the royal. He said black people, your history don't just start in Africa. It goes beyond Africa. You got to go back beyond Africa.
Because Esau says that the Greeks were the beginning of civilization. And I got 2 precepts real quick for what Pop said. Is Deuteronomy 30:20 and 36. And the Lord shall bring thee to thy king, thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. And it says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations where the Lord had scattered thee. So we were what? We were the butt of the joke, because at the end of the day, like the Lord said right here in Deuteronomy 20:13, he said what? He said, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not, it said, oh, hold on. Let me read this up.
Shall make thee the tail and not the head.
But basically, counts, like,
Shall make thee the tail, not the head.
right. Because we were basically going to be made the tail and not the head. Because in 13 it talks about the blessings that we would get.
I read that tail not the head already. It was verse 43, it's right above 46 right at the point.
Counts,
I
like,
read it for you. I can't leave you hanging.
counts, like.
Okay.
I saw you really straight from it.
This no, he asked me to get it. He just said the wrong verse. I read it for you already. Come on, man. We better. This is Rock 20 and 24. I'm gonna read this to jump up, right? This goes to what the brother Kaparta said, we call Pops. You know, they don't want like they get rid of critical race theory. That's the same reason why they mad now. They don't want that blot on their name. They done did all this work to paint themselves as the angels of light, like it says in Corinthians.
Okay.
All right, because Esau Edom is the devil the Bible speaks of. He is the wicked who come after the working of Satan. And this is part of the prophecy, him being exposed in 2 Thessalonians, that man of sin. All right. And they did all this work to make themselves this angel of light, to use peace to bring craft and prosper in his wickedness. So this truth coming out puts a blot on his fucking name. This is this is Rock 20 and 24. A lie is a foul blot in the man.
Ooh.
Yet it is continually in the mouth of the untaught. A thief is better than a man that is accustomed to a lie, but they both shall have destruction to heritage. And we know Edom is just that. He said the devil came not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Then 2 Thessalonians says he came with all deceitfulness and lying wonders. So us bringing out this truth brings a foul blot. Now I'm gonna jump up. There's a couple verses. This is why he's so mad. This is verse Salakia.
While you're getting it, I'm going to read Kazak Ban Yahweh, Zechariah 11 and 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. And this is what Esau, Edom, you was us, all right, are pushing, all right? And right now, for us, they're push the anti-Sem, or as I should say it in the pronunciation that your Greekism, your anti-Samism, because if you go back to the ancient Hebrew, it's anti-Shem, right? But you won't even say Shem because you don't forget. Matter of fact, why do it so?
That brings up a talk point. They bring up the, you know what? Because actually saying Shem or Shemitic brings up talk points that they don't want to be talked about.
Exactly.
Right.
It'll actually starts to because it's Semites, you know, it just kind of makes it. It basically the whole Semitic thing makes it as if it was single, if it was only them.
Exactly.
And every now and then they'll say, well, the Arabs are Semitic too, or the Palestinians.
Rare.
Well, but you know what though? If that be the case, there's a whole lot of anti-Semitism being shown toward Palestinians these last, 30 years or so.
It's a lot. It's some of them actually are Israelites. So Palestinians. So that's heavy anti-Semitism.
I found this is Isaiah of Sirach 41 actually and 11. The mourning of men is about their bodies, but an ill name of sinners shall be blotted out. So they don't want that ill name on it, But in the day, you're gonna be wiped out. You're gonna be taken down. That brings us to verse 6. The inheritance of sinners, children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. Which their children is going to have perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall reproach for his sake.
Right.
So they didn't want that blot on their fucking name, but hey, you can't hide from it. So the truth is going to come out. This is all planned.
That's right.
You read Isaiah 41 and 7. The Lord said, did you forget your latter end? Like
That's right.
Oh, if you remembered your latter end. Hey, look, manifest destiny is very real. It was destiny that you conquered us, you conquered the natives, you conquered the Latinos. But the end of that destiny was you go down afterwards.
And they know that. And that's the reason why they're hiding and suppressing that and pushing their agenda.
Well, you know what? They've been lied to by those left-hand side angels for so long. They thought that this day and this time would never come. And now it's here.
Yep. That lying spirit.
Yeah, right. The Ahab, he said, who's going to convince Ahab to fall in Ramoth Gilead? Well, now the Most High is convincing you, Esau Edom. He said in Obadiah, the first chapter, he said that there's an ambassador sent amongst the heathens.
Right.
The ambassadors, the angels, the Most High is sending angels over to deal with Putin. He's sending angels to deal with Zelensky. He's sending angels to deal with Biden. He's going to the Rothschild company, and he's going to all these other nations, and he's stirring the pot. That's the reason why even NATO can't even agree on NATO and on how they're going to handle shit.
They're falling apart.
Man, it's
they're
horrible.
about to turn on each other.
That's
House
it.
divided.
And the end game is the European nations going to come against America. Thus saith the Lord, man.
Yeah, really.
I got a scripture for you.
That's it. Well, because they've been hating America for years.
Look, Polish
For
people
years.
because it's cold. It's like winter over there already,
Yes.
and it hadn't even got to the worst part of winter, so they're already freezing to death. They say the people in different parts of Germany are trying to break up and smash furniture to heat themselves.
Right.
So these people so they're very angry at the West right now.
And wait,
Of
wait,
course.
that-
And
And it's gonna get colder.
And now it just came out. The Russians are declaring that it was the UK that destroyed that pipeline, and they got the receipts to prove it.
Damn.
All right, and then they're saying that America's handprint is there as well. So it's all about to come to fruition, and plus the fact that we're reserves included, America's out of diesel fuel in less than 3 weeks now.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I got a scripture
Go
for you.
ahead.
And the funny part about the funny part about the diesel thing is you just can't manufacture gas and diesel overnight in the abundance that's going to need to function a nation.
Bring it
No,
out.
it's
something that you have
a
to build
separating
up.
process.
Excuse me?
It's a separating process.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
a
they call them
process.
refineries.
It's right. And it takes to produce one, we can do the math and we can go Google it, right? To produce 1 barrel of diesel or gas, and the diesel and gas go hand in hand. They pushing the diesel point, but gas is right behind it.
Right.
Because when they were saying about the diesel shortages, one of the person was, well, is some gas right on the same? They'll say yes, but we got a little bit more gas because gas is more prevalent than diesel. But guess what? They're both married together. And if you're not producing, when Trump was in office, he opened up the Keystone. He opened this up and that. Soon as by this, how you know this is all set up by the Lord.
And that's the spirit I was just going to say that. You know it's the Lord. Isaiah the 19th chapter says he put a perverse spirit
Yes.
in Egypt. You mean a perverse spirit in Egypt?
Yes.
All right, that should cause them to err in every work thereof. There should be no work left for Egypt. And that's what happened because Biden stopped. He closed the pipelines. Then he started exporting the damn diesel that you fucking need. Thirdly, you can fucking make diesel out of plastic. You can't recycle this fucking plastic. You can get diesel from this fucking plastic. Yeah, Esau pushed this shit in the fucking ocean.
Come
You
on.
fucking idiot, man. This ain't no was the will of the Lord that's being performed, man.
Wow.
Hallelujah. Man, bro, it goes so deep that
God.
I'm not even going that deep because I'm just saying if you go down to the Grand Canyon and you go look at the different layers or whatever, the oils that people are using now is from the first destruction of the flood and all the things the Most High destroyed before then. They're digging all that was all down there and composed to oil. This is all the Most High show. The Most High got y'all in a motherfucking trick bag, man. And that's the reason why he's making shortages. That's why you all are playing. Every decision you make is playing into the Most High's hand.
And you know, and another thing, even though this is prophecy, that this is to come out, you know, the controversy of Zion. The flip side of it, they still use it as a distraction from the things we just talked about.
Right.
That America's literally at the edge
America's
of the
broke.
cliff of falling off into chaos and destruction and complete, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for? Complete collapse.
Hold on, Elder Malcolm.
The financial system is on the edge of complete and total collapse.
Yeah.
It's literally weeks away, and so they're distracting the people with the football games, with Tom Brady and his whores divorce and all, you know, and right, and then I just heard that she's already fucking one of his ex-teammates or some shit.
Yeah, AB. That damn was behind
Hey, it's funny. Hey, but it's funny that you said that.
So it's Jake that's here.
Okay.
What shit?
Okay.
Tom Brady.
But what
It's his fault. Let him in that house.
Elder Malcolm, but you say that it's on the collapse. They don't. This is a cartoon. They done ran off the cliff already, and they just sitting in the air getting ready to fall. They don't even realize it yet. I mean, the economic system is already broke down. You already got the BRICS nations and everything putting other things together already. It's already together. And they already don't want to, ain't nobody even dealing with the US dollar as the fucking main currency now, for the most part. So they done ran off the cliff. It just got to crash.
And that Matthew 24 says that the Lord had to bind the strong man. The Lord is binding Esau in like 7 fucking ways.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
He said that he that diggeth the ditch shall fall therein. So all the plans and all the mechanisms, the policies, all your craft is actually coming back to haunt you. And so that's why we say, keep doing what you're doing, Esau. You got it. Because you don't got it. What you're going to get is the 4-sword judgment by Hashem Yahushua.
Bring on what you got with Todd, and then read their Revelation 18, 18 out.
Well, I'm gonna start at 5 and so back at 2 because all of your greed is gonna turn back on you because you're trying to heap all this shit into yourself, and now it's falling on your fucking head. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Ye also, because he transgressed by lying, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarge his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
I mean, this motherfucker. When you say he gets got the money, he's on the money. He's picking something. You got everything, and you're still not satisfied. That's how wicked you are, man.
Hey, you know what?
I just seen the video. They got an engine. It's a hydrogen engine. They can use it for cars, but they don't use it for nothing. They got it made. They got them.
They killed everybody who they got cars to run on water. They killed everything.
They killed the guy that did that.
There's 2 different guys that I can know of. One looked like an Edomitish guy, and one was a Jake guy.
Right.
And both of them.
They both was
But I believe both of them Jake. The elder said
the white guy was a Jake.
I believe so.
They
And they killed dude. They both of them.
Didn't they just kill the nigga? Didn't he make
Yeah,
it
he made
That's my point.
But they kill him because they go for the patent.
But we know because they will lose all their money.
You can still buy it. If you go on, they call it hydrogen dry cells or cells, but ain't no patents on them because they don't want Esau coming at them. So you can still buy the technology. You just got to know what to look for. But they don't put patents on it. They just make it, but they don't put no patent on it. The ones they kill is the ones who they put patents on it, because then it'll be like a worldwide thing. You know, like the dude who did a whole video. I got it in my phone. He fucking changed the gas generator to a water power generator. He did it like right then and there. You can do this shit with like washers and bolts, shit you get from fucking
hardware store.
This backyard technology.
Bring it on.
It's really this backyard technology. Esau Esau don't want to do it because you'll be
ain't no money in it.
You will be able to go to Lake Michigan
And go
get some gas. Turn on your tap water. No, you gotta boil it because it gotta be distilled. You turn on your tap water, easy shit, and get gas. And fill your car, run your car, and then
you can't charge it for it. And it's
Exactly.
clean. And it's clean energy. It's clean energy.
no emissions. And then the water, when the hydrogen separates from the water, it turns brown. It don't use the water. So you take the water, it just use the hydrogen out the water. You take the water and just pour the water back in the ground, and it recycles through the process. And Esau's
electricity from just kinetic energy.
Right.
Just from motion.
That's right. And that you're going back to Tesla, and matter of fact, you can use magnetic energy to use any vehicle because the Earth has its own magnetic field. If you build a car that's that repels against the magnetic field of the Earth, you'll be having a car that with pure energy, with no water, no fucking electricity. Esau knows this, and Esau wants to keep control of all this, and that's what it's all about. That's why he builds house and house. They'll say right now, yeah, we don't have enough land. Nigga,
I did the math
before.
I just did
if you look at the 8 billion people so-called on the planet and the circumference of the planet, everybody should have several thousand acres apiece. Esau's a liar, man.
I just did sit down on
That's why it's coming on his head. But gather into all nations and heap unto them all people.
Because he wants to be as if he's God.
Exactly.
Isaiah 14 chapter.
It's going down. Should not all these take up a proverb against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increased that which is not his?
That's right.
How long to him that he laid himself with thick clay. He put himself in his own debt and his own wickedness.
Well, he put
You
no.
know?
Actually, the elite banking family put his kind and the rest of the world in this big debt. Because, like I said, when we first came into the truth, there was over 500 trillion then, and you could research and see that. And it's like they got so much money they could have paid off all the debts of all the different countries, reset it, and still been on top as a top predator.
But still been in control of everything.
And they said, "Fuck that! No, I ain't doing that either."
And selfish, and really the Lord is making them do
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
But at the end of the day, this is going to put his ass in slavery, and then he ain't going to
But
exist no
that's
more.
the Lord. That's
He's
the
gonna
Lord's
lose his
will.
whole existence.
That's the Lord's
because
will.
He's so fucking selfish.
That's right.
I mean, see, because wickedness is going to beget wickedness,
Right.
right? You cannot do wickedness and prosper. So the
And-
Lord, once they started this enterprise, the Lord said in the scripture about it, He's going to disappoint their enterprise.
That's the curse. What the brother was talking about, Akim was going into. That's the curse that was put on the serpent. What Esau is that serpent. He said you should go upon thy belly. The Lord didn't take away his fucking legs and feet, man. That's Christianity.
Bullshit.
All right, he will go after his desires. He will be his heel, never satisfied. This is Sirach 14:4. He that gathers by defrauding his own soul gathers for others. So Esau's gonna lose everything. He done put all this work in to kill, cheat, steal. Right? He's gonna lose that, man. All right.
God.
Good
So
riddance.
verse 3 is the point. No, wait. I just had it. What the hell just happened? Oh, verse 6. This all good. Salakia. I'm just reading through 4. He that gathers, this is him flesh, man. This is spirit. He that gathers by defrauding his own soul gather for others that shall spend his goods righteously. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He should not take pleasure in his goods. And this it's this video with this guy Gideon. He's a YouTube guy. He's a content creator, and he went to a Civil War reenactment thing, right? And he went there with chains on and shit.
Oh yeah, I seen.
Reenactment.
And they was mad. Edomites, they want that foul blood. That's not the right history. Then he say they didn't have Mount Dew then because they had a bottle. She said, well, they didn't have plastic chains either. So first said it wasn't history. Now you admit that it was history. You just don't want the blot. But here's the point. There was an Edomite that walked by and said, well, we're all slaves now. We all pay tax to the government. Esau Edom has let a very few 1%, is what they call them, like his own people, get rich. And they fucked over their own.
Yes,
This man is the devil, right?
That's why many of them are also speaking up, about this whole controversy.
That's right.
A lot of Edomites are calling Amalek on their bullshit.
I ain't get my cut.
That's right. Because they're complaining of an ungodly father.
Yep. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He should not take pleasure in his goods. Here's the point. There is none worse than he that envieth himself. So that's one that's satisfied. You envy yourself, you're not satisfied with your portion, right? There is none worse than he that envieth himself. And this is a recompense of his wickedness. That was the curse that was put on his ass, man. He will never be satisfied, man. He's destroying his fucking self.
Insatiable.
And Job,
Exactly.
Job 20 and 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that the word wicked right there is the laborers, the toil, the ones who actually on grinding. Right, and everybody who's on the bottom is going to come at your neck and your throats. All your suburbs are going to be fucking taken down. Your Wilmettes, your Skokies, your goddamn it Evanstons and shit. Your goddamn it
Highland
Parks, Barrington. All right,
Glencoe,
Hillsdale,
and that's here in this area, but that represents any area around where you got those
the gated communities.
the gated communities, all of them. Everything is about to fall down. As soon as Esau think he got it, what you think he got it, it's right here.
Yeah,
like you said, everything is fucking here.
Yeah,
every prophecy is here.
Come, brother, they're headed to a lot of people are starting to spend time in their bunkers to get used to it.
That's it.
A lot of people have been going to their bunkers.
Putin had the whole drill. I was sending the whole bunch of Russians to bunkers and did what about a year or so ago?
2 years ago, he put 4 million people in a bunker, made sure that it worked for 5 days.
That's it. So Esau tested
it. Made sure their filtration systems and everything else worked. 4 million people.
Bring out your scripture, brother. You have one.
It's going into understanding that our own people won't even listen to the prophets that bring out the prophecy. This is Isaiah 30:9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children, that will not hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. I had that in the NLT also. It says that these people are stubborn rebels who refuse to pay attention to the Lord's instruction. They tell the seers, stop seeing visions. They tell the prophets, don't tell us what is right. Tell us nice things. Tell us lies.
But here's the thing. Like you said, Kanye West can bring all his light to some shit, but then when the prophets step up, and I just say, hold on, you know, as they say, hold my beer. Let me explain this for real.
That's right, brother. That like I was just talking about, you know, how Rad called it a fine bitch. That chick.
Okay.
Now she needs to shut the hell up.
Right.
And you know, and one of her videos popped up, and she was and she's praising this Kyrie guy. And I'm like,
Right.
the prophets of the Lord down on the highways and the byways in 105-degree weather and,
That's it.
and 30 below zero weather,
Exactly.
you know, for decades.
He even found out.
You know, pushing this truth. But yeah, you're right. And then you know, it's just like, look, man, I don't want to change the vibration, but hey, you women just need to
Shut the fuck
just
up.
that's STFU for real though. With all these channels with, you know, with your hair, and then they got them twisted Hamite / Israelite vibrations, more / Israelite
Kyrie
vibrations.
said that.
Kofi.
This nigga Buzz, they said on his damn thing, he said he got his African roots. Look, these niggas are still leading you fucking astray.
Exactly.
Because you cannot, the scriptures say, anybody who jumps over or try to climb up some other way is going to be fucking destroyed, man. You got to come into the straight gate. The straight gate is underneath the order of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the elders on down. If you're not coming in with this doctrine, this understanding, Romans the 16th chapter, 1 Corinthians the 1st chapter, both said, if anybody does not speak these things, let there be no schisms, no divisions, and it must be all the same doctrine. Y'all got this muddy ass motherfucking hillbilly ass fucking pseudo Israelite doctrine. The Most High's gonna destroy all that, man. Because guess what? We ain't black, nigga. All right, we're not African, man. All right, we are the true Israelites. We're not Jews, nigga. We're actually Yahawadiam. All right, and that's only one tribe. We are Yasharallayim. All right, we are the Israelites, man. All right, the Israelites going back to Yasharallah. That's our name. That's our Hebrew. That's our Hebrew culture, man.
That's right.
Fuck that other fucking shit. And I still got that scripture, the brother you actually the post up. Revelations 11:18 from Yahya by Yasharallah. Revelations 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints and them that fear thy name, small and great, and thou shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Who's destroying the earth right now, man? Who's putting chemtrails in the motherfucking air?
Yeah.
Who's putting motherfucking all kind of matter and wickedness in every single food that you go get from the goddamn fucking processed, over-processed motherfucker? They got recalls on listeria from fucking fruits and vegetables, man. You got recalls of meat and this
Yeah,
is
they just had a fresh batch of whales that bleached themselves.
The fellow of trees.
You know,
Right, shit that they produce on a mass scale that you use every day, which is not biodegradable.
That's right.
Why are you making plastic? Look, there was a Fat Burger up here in Chicago. When they came up here, they was making their cups out of corn. The plastic cups made out of corn, which means it was able to biodegrade.
Break down.
Why don't y'all do that? Why this fucking plastic? Why y'all making this shit out of this, man? It don't break down. All right, therefore it's in the fucking
it
ocean.
just made
for-
the family very wealthy.
That's what it is.
Right?
yeah.
Shit, you can't even enjoy popcorn anymore because of that video you sent me.
That would turn out to be a joke, bro.
Oh, that was a joke. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm about to say. 'cause
What
that shit-
GMO corn?
Man.
But yeah, but still,
But
yeah.
still, it's just like, man, again, all these stuff about the meat that you find in human meat and shit, you can't. You can't
Well, they just signed off.
I was gonna say that. I just
Deforestation.
brother just sent me a video about gang banging and organ harvesting.
Gang banging.
Oh yeah, I see.
Gang
Organ
banging
harvesting.
and organ harvesting.
Hiding.
So they basically they keep the gang. We always tell you that Esau pull up with the mask on, shoot up
Exactly.
somebody, and then the ops think that the ops did it, and then they go roll on them, and then they collect the
They collect the organs.
They,
Yep,
you know, it's
that's it.
just a couple things. It's a couple things that's happened. They collect the organs and harvest them.
Check them blood
Couple
types.
things that have happened.
Exactly.
And you know we got the best.
These more people are reporting all these weird blood clots in people that they've never seen before.
6 foot, 4 foot.
At, you know, 3 and 4 foot blood clots. You know, the plastic shit they're pulling out of people, out of bodies. And they all have, you know, the
That it's on it.
They all had a jump shot.
That it's on it.
Right.
That it's on it.
So that and then the second thing is that people are their bodies, these kids are coming to the funeral home, and their hearts, their lungs, their livers, everything that's good is gone. If it didn't get shot up in the gang shooting, you know, they take
They pull it out.
Right, that organ. And it's funny you mentioned this because I was working, doing my deliveries and shit. And I passed one person's house. They had the organ recovery vehicle. You know what I'm saying? That's massive, big business. There's people on waiting lists. That's why they had the movie Get Out.
Yeah,
They had the,
and that's also why you got your Planned Parenthoods everywhere.
yeah.
Hell, there were videos that took most of them down, but there was a lot of videos on YouTube, you know, going back maybe about 5-6 years ago, where they were showing you the Palestinians organs being harvested by, you know, the small.
Well, what about that? Who was that? Was that a Rothschild or a Rockefeller that had them like 7 heart transplants or whatever
Yeah,
it
it was
was?
one of the Rothschilds. Rockefellers are Rothschilds.
Yeah, exactly.
Rockefellers just changed their name.
Change the name. American, huh?
But they're Rothschilds too.
Right. But yeah, motherfuckers look like a dead demon and shit or whatnot with like 7 different hearts.
Man.
That's it.
That's what kept his old dead background looking ass alive.
A liver can cost. This one says 500,000, above 500,000. A kidney on the black market, a kidney can be 26,000, and then on this one it says a low one. It says 50,000.
That's big money, man.
Yeah.
That's Repo Man money right there.
Yep.
Have you ever seen the newest version, the latest version of Repo Man?
Oh no, I see it.
With Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker?
I was just thinking.
And it had nothing to do with cars.
It was the old organs. It was snatching the organs up.
David
Yeah.
Rockefeller.
Yeah, they say like in the Colombia, Bogota, all them countries, it's big business.
Yeah,
I
killing
bet the
people.
way they
killing
murking
people
each other down
for
there.
the organs and
They
stuff.
down there sick, man.
Well, majority of Edomites, what they'll do, they go to those third world countries where they get those organs and stuff
Sections.
and they'll
Oh, okay.
go those and do those underhanded deals because the so-called reputable hospital ain't gonna do it here. But I believe they do them there too.
Oh, yeah,
because
okay.
they can pay to get on the list, get
Right,
moved up the
right,
list. And all that
uh-huh.
shit.
No, and they've been going down. Jake has been going down for surgeries and been waking up with
Well, missing parts.
Missing parts, yeah.
So a lot of
Doing
niggas-
it. So Jake goes in there to get a BBL and then fucking missing a goddamn
Well,
kid.
Salaki
Right.
actually is law on the black market, but this shit says, your body. If you can harvest every organ and chemical in your body, you can make $45 million. Then it says, human skin is $10 an inch. It's $500, and eyeballs are $1,500 each.
What race?
But that's the movie Get Out.
Yeah,
This is
that's
what
Get
they're
Out.
doing.
That's
So sitting
absolutely.
there and getting these people
But it's trick the brother.
and changing their shit and selling the organs.
The God.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because another thing like that brought out what's that? Melatonin is more than gold. Melanin, and that's why they want Issachar and Judah to murk each other off in California. They still want to continue because they were pressing real hard for Issachar and Judah to go at each other and shit.
Yeah, because they tired of skin cancer.
Yep.
And they ain't gonna get rid of it because they're gonna still get it.
Exactly. They tired of skin cancer.
You can't make this
Kind of the
stuff.
sun cooking it.
Right.
Yeah.
Adrian and this little bugged out, you know, super Christian dude, off grid desert farming.
Yeah.
It says, is this the calm before the storm? War information dries up on Ukraine silence. So yeah, when they go silent, you know, that's not a good sign. Especially everything that's going on.
It's
But
several
go ahead.
good precepts on the common board. This is Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Psalm 7:16. His mischief shall return on his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. All right. Everybody is showing through the scriptures, through the prophecies, everything is hidden. Home runs right now. All right. For Jake not to wake up and come into the truth, you must be the utmost wicked. All right.
Lord don't want your ass.
All right. Yes,
for you. Yeah, Jeremiah 15:24, and it reads, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. All right. You know, Esau Edom is he's made bare, man. He's caught. You know, the Lord has laid set plenty of fires around the all around the earth, man. He's so many fires, his console is weary, man. He can't handle all this fire, man. It ain't enough console to get him out of this, man. Let your sorcery and your idolatry get you out of this, man. You know? The Lord is throwing, constantly. The Lord is throwing down one staff, and Esau is throwing down multiple staffs, man. And he's getting eaten up, chewed up every time.
The Amalekite don't know what to do.
That's Jeremiah 15:24.
Right.
Go ahead and play that video, bro.
Which one you want? The TikTok?
Yeah.
Can I make sure I got my volume back on? All right, give me 1 second.
This is with Robert Kiyosaki, and I've met this man in person.
Oh, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, and he wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh
yeah, that fucking goose.
Yeah.
Biden is a criminal. Oil tankers with Standard Oil. So as soon as Biden came into office and he cut the Keystone XL pipeline off, I know he was out to destroy America. He was going to raise inflation through the roof, so that would wipe out the middle class. And then he blames Russia, he blames this, all this. But look at what the man is doing. He is killing this country by expanding the gap between rich and poor. But when he cut off the XL pipeline, he destroyed the middle class.
So there you go. So basically, so you can stop it right there, brother. He needs to just write a new book called Rich Man, Poor Man.
Holy cow, America.
Because, right, holy cow.
America.
Right. And then that makes me think of the article that Benji sent me. I don't know if I shared it with him, he shared it with me. When it broke down how 63% of Americans that are making six figures are living paycheck to paycheck. So
and half of those is making 100,000 or more are also living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, that's basically that's what I said.
Right.
If you make it it said 63% and half of them that are making six figures are also living paycheck to paycheck.
Wow.
So 63% and half of those people that are making that's unheard of.
Exactly, $100,000.
Yeah,
that used to be a fucking
$100,000 in America.
That was a milestone.
Yet you're living paycheck to paycheck. If you don't keep that next check that's giving you six figures, you're in the poorhouse.
Yeah.
These entertainers, these rappers, all these superstars. If you don't continue to keep getting that same amount, you're going to have to liquidate because you're not going to have the money to pay your continuation of your. See, we have a higher ass water bill or gas bill, $300 or $400. When you got a mansion or a big ass house, your shit's $600, $700, $800 to $1,000.
If you got a couple different properties, you got
property taxes.
This guy, Robert Kiyosaki, this is one of the guys I used to look up to, and because that was my way out. That was my way out of the joint, right?
Right.
But hey, man,
same here. That's how I learned about it.
Right. Americans, we live above our means. But if you don't capitalize on what you have gained, you lose. So the game Mashiach is what? Everything else is done. And so that's the new life right now.
Yeah, brother. We used to look to this guy for wisdom to try to understand the dollar and get wealthy, do better. Right. And basically what he's telling you is that it's over. There's no more hope. It's done. The dollar's dead. America's dead.
Exactly.
And Robert Kiyosaki a message for like the last 2-3 years.
Yep.
As far as being done.
Yeah.
But his message was for the last 30 years was like, boom, boom, boom.
Put it
Boom,
together
boom,
this
boom.
way.
Let's go. Prosperity,
And
prosperity.
now he's saying, run. If you can afford to leave America, do so.
Get up out of here. Run, Forrest, run.
He said that the nations are going to go flee back to their own spot.
Exactly.
And that's what it's a mass exodus. You ready for this?
Yeah, play the other one. We're just gonna play a few minutes of it.
Right.
If you haven't subscribed to this redacted channel, this couple right here, the husband and wife duo, they go hard. They go hard.
Well, have you been paying attention to what's happening in Europe with energy crisis and protests and climate lockdowns? Well, if you live in the United States, that's coming soon to a theater near you because the United States is facing an energy crisis of its own, ill-timed.
Jake, Esau, and all the people here in America are still under the vibration and the lie that this will never touch them. That's way over there.
Few days before the election. This comes straight out of the mouth of the White House economic team, and yet the mainstream media is pretty much ignoring the story
because they're talking about Kanye and Kyrie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Meanwhile, this shit, right? This is the time is up, and the hell about to drop.
Sound like they need one more K. Kyrie, Kanye, they need another K.
To hurt the Biden administration and Democrats in the upcoming weeks. So the White House economic advisor Brian Diaz says we are facing a diesel shortage. Epic Times did cover this story. Here's the headline. It says the U.S. only has 25 days of diesel supply. Shortage could cripple economy. Now recall that there will be less fuel in circulation starting November 1st because that's what OPEC Plus voted on. So energy is hard to come by these days. You can't just turn on the tap and it comes. The whole global supply chain.
Actually, you could turn on the tap and it would come if you would allow it to.
Yeah.
You wouldn't shut down a Keystone pipeline and allow drilling to take place and actually not sanction Russia. You could turn. Oh, and also don't blow up the tap, like in the case of Nord Stream.
Yeah.
He telling them.
Stop right there.
He just told them.
We gonna close out if any brother got a switch, but get Daniel 2, like start around 41, 43, 41.
Yeah. See, this is that
Kick 'em in the
phone.
nuts.
Esau, you're done. You're
So
through.
you gotta watch the whole video. It's only like a 13-minute. Their videos are super long, guys. So
He says, Daniel 2 what?
13-minute long.
And if you
31 guys.
look at these redacted, look at the even the Paul and Adrian off great about the Bam. You got several. It's a whole bunch of them, man.
Yeah, Paul. I mean, he irritates me when he starts trying to read the Bible and stuff. But as far as his research on what's going on overseas, now he's live researching right in front of you on the European networks and communicating with people. They got boots on the ground in the places where they're talking about. He's very informational to watch, and America, of course, spends it, with propaganda and don't give you the whole story. But go ahead.
I got that, Daniel. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 40. It says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom."
So you got Esau divided right now. Germany's one of the weak nations. All right, Germany's basically turned to Ireland. Goddamn it.
Germany was the strongest as far as economy. So they were the strongest. So the 10 toes is
Turn it to
Right.
sin.
Separating that.
They burning furniture like this motherfucking Ireland doing, what is that, 1950?
The potato famine.
What Angela Ashes
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
man. They making milk and bread motherfucking dinners, man. Y'all fucking through.
Potato soup.
Hey, Yahweh Shai said it, man. Actually, it was the curse that fell upon us. Hey, Yahweh Shai said it, but it was a quote in Micah about that division. Now we're seeing that now. All right, we're seeing that happen to you heathens, to you Edomites. All right. It say Yahweh Shai said it so raw in the Mark. He say basically if a man break into your house, he'll not bind you up first. You break somebody's house, you gotta tie him up. Then he says they divided itself cannot stand. This is the Lord proverbially tying your ass to the chair, Edom, before he plunder your ass, man. All right, this is your end. And then what is happening in the midst of your end, the midst of your division, you divided, your economy's going down, your own Edomite brothers are turning on your ass. What's happening? The Lord is building up his kingdom.
That's right. The prophecies. What's going on right in the face.
In the face.
Hey, this is
my favorite part of the
this is my favorite part of the movie. This is Jim Dorks.
There's a little more.
Yes, sir. So Daniel 2:44. So it says, and in the days of these kings.
So while Edom is ruling, controlling shit, all right?
Shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed.
And that's that Psalms 50 said, I will set them in order before their eyes. The Lord is waking up his elect. All right, and you hear the sin, you're scared, man.
Yeah.
All right, all this anti-Semitic shit, all this shit you're trying to do, this is out of fear.
That's
and
it.
You're not going to stop it.
Right.
And it's not working because what it's doing is drawing more attention
to
the truth.
Well, yeah.
From every angle. And like you said, you even got heathens questioning them. Like what's wrong with you? The guy just said this is what he believes in when he asked the question.
That's it.
You know, and how the hell, where was the offense in that?
That's right.
People are looking at him strange now.
The only people who follow the narratives are people who ain't got no goddamn sense.
Dumb niggas.
Yes.
That's it.
Dumb Democrat voting, vaccine taking niggas.
That's it. I had somebody else say, where you going to do? I'm going to go vote today. And I ain't saying nothing like you stupid fuck. You know, because that's just stupidity, man.
Yes.
What is 100 years of voting done for niggas? Nothing. All right?
It's insanity.
It's absolutely, it's pure insanity. That's the pure definition of insanity. Do the same shit over and over and over, expecting different results, and get the same shit smacked in your fucking face. Man.
Right.
You got it. And then another one, you got to get them from behind. You gotta, I'm like, man,
the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
We can all just come together. We all come together and make the generational wealth. And we are. You can't come together, man. We have no platform to do this shit.
Come together to your family reunion, nigga.
How would you keep the house at 18 and shit? They don't pass the house to your kid.
That's right, bro. And the niggas was begging for this body nigga to come in. I remember when
they talking about Trump like a dog for a little smart kid now.
Oh man, we need to get him in. We need to get him in. Watch, body,
you ain't black.
Body gonna do turn some things around for us.
Trump getting your niggas money. Y'all, you stupid.
That's what they get. So go ahead and read down that list.
What?
Go ahead, some more of that. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. So Daniel 2:44, it says, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And this particular kingdom that's never going to be destroyed, those of us that have the mindset of that particular kingdom that's never going to be destroyed, we're the ones that's being demonized, all right now. Because we're talking about the destruction of all these other mindsets, all these kingdoms of this present evil world, and all the different philosophies and religions and ideologies of this world. We're saying that it's going down, and those that believe in them going down with them. And so you're looking at us like we're the bad guys.
And that's the same thing that was going on with the prophets out of Yahweh Shai time. They like, hold on, how you gonna be talking about a new kingdom?
Exactly.
Inside this kingdom.
Exactly. Yep.
I got precept the line back on what you were saying.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. In the NLT, it says, I'm gonna start in the KJV first. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
Hey, brother, go back and just start at verse 1. We were gonna read.
Right, start at verse 1.
It's in the bloody city.
Yeah.
It's, Nahum 3:1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery.
Perfect.
The prey departeth not. The
It
noise."
was like it. They said it's full of lies and robbery. When you open up your phone, when you turn on the TV,
Lies.
when you walk out the door,
Lies.
when you go into the goddamn zoo, when you go open up the fucking newspaper, the magazine,
Lies.
listen to XM and FM radio.
Lies.
I don't give a fuck what it is.
Watch any history on TV?
It's so fucked up. You go to the grocery store. It's
Lies, exactly.
It's like cauliflower crust, right? It's a cauliflower crust. And you turn over, the first fucking ingredient is wheat.
See, and if you know ingredients, whatever is the first one is the majority of it.
Yeah.
So how you gonna see cauliflower crust if it's majority wheat? You can see wheat
Right, then
crust
it's
is
gonna
what
be,
flour
then
is
it's gonna
cauliflower.
be right, and it's gonna be 10% cauliflower.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's madness.
Yeah.
So you
All
got a wheat allergy at the same time, so you think there's actually gonna be some fucking cauliflower. It's
Right.
stupid.
Lies.
Lies.
Lies and robbery.
And that's why I had to say it because
Organic seedless grapes.
God, come on,
Lies.
man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the impossible burger. Yes, it's impossible for it to be a burger, bitch.
Lies.
Right.
Come on, man. See, but that we say woe to the bloody city. That bloody city is America, man. That's and not only America, but every Edomite powered city, which happens to be majority of the
All
world
over
now.
the world, basically.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all full. He said it is all full of lies.
Yeah, because even in the places where Basra is not, they still they're still the ruling majority.
That's it.
You the shit, you know. when you don't even live in the country, but yet you still the majority rule over it.
It's bad.
Because their leaders report to you.
You're right.
All right, but go ahead and finish that, brother, so we can run down those scriptures and close this
Go
out.
all the way down to 5.
Yeah, go ahead. You started at 5. Just go ahead and read or jump straight to 5.
Con, this is Nahum 3:5. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, with the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock."
There it is, man. Because when you ask them certain questions, especially when it comes to our heritage, they like that little boy who was stuttering.
Well, you know.
Go ahead, brother.
So back in this Daniel 2:44, just to finish it up, it says, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Ooh, I gotta add that to another lesson.
Which one said that?
What scripture was that?
That was Daniel 2:44.
That's what it says in my Bible.
41 through 44. And go ahead and read that down. We gonna Jeremiah 51. Whoever, just
Jeremiah.
You can
Jeremiah 51:9, it says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country.
Ooh.
For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies."
And that's been happening over the years, man. Let's use just one quick example: is China. You know, which was one actually
A big
the
ally.
biggest buy of U.S. debt. If I'm not mistaken, was China.
Yep.
Japan was second.
That's
So
right.
what did they start doing? Getting rid of those USDs. All right, they devalued their money so they can increase their exports. They went and helped their own country instead of healing Babylon and keeping it as far as going. They start to look after themselves. A lot of these countries are doing that. That's why we have what we have now. They get rid of the SWIFT transaction system, man. They're not using that anymore.
and that's why all these countries are seeking to be a part of BRICS now.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Just like the Saudis just did.
Yes, the Saudis dumped a bunch of U.S. dollars into the Uberless driverless system because they were just done with it. And then on top of that, they're the head of the OPEC nations, which voted to slow down petroleum production, which is ultimately going to be their fucking downfall.
That's the Obadiah. They let a daily warning leak.
Yeah.
They let 8th day bread, they let a daily warning leak.
31
You know, just through it,
That's
man.
through America.
Through America.
See now, you can look at this U.S. national debt, 31 trillion, but if you look at the U.S. total debt, 92 trillion. Right? If you add up all the everything else, America, nobody wants to keep investing in debt that's right as you see on the
It's
screen.
going up. It's
Yes.
increasing.
Yes, they
those
don't want
numbers aren't going backwards.
Come on, bro.
All right, go back to those scriptures. Let's finish.
Cut.
It's just going up and up.
That's crazy, man.
Yes, sir. All right, so you read Jeremiah 51:9?
Yeah.
All right, this is Isaiah 19:2. And I will set Egyptians against the Egyptians. That's your left against the so-called right. That's your patriots against the so-called small hats. You know, that's all. There's so many factions within in America, so many divisions.
Yeah, your white Christian extremists versus your white Christian extremist Zionists.
That's that,
all right?
And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Obadiah 1:7.
All big ass free fall.
Yeah.
That's what violence shall Babylon fall.
Yeah.
World War III is inevitable.
And you're gonna have, and in that free fall, you're gonna have the class. You're gonna have class wars and racial wars as well.
That's
right.
So it's just gonna be all out free fall. Women are gonna be getting trafficked. Perfect.
Yeah,
Traded.
wars.
Perfect. Is that right? So the whole sex gender war between men and women right now is about to change. It ain't gonna go away. It's just gonna change.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
They on different
incels ain't gonna be
face.
incels no more.
Yeah. So it's about to get bloody nasty out here, man.
Obadiah 1:7. All the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, they have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. That they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. That makes me think of is wisdom taken out of timidity? Yes, it has. Right? Baruch 4:25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High, for thine enemy hath persecuted thee. But shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and thou shalt tread upon his neck.
And we can't wait to do that. We
There
can't
you
wait
go.
to put boots to neck.
Downfall of his enemy.
And that was what Joshua said. As a matter of fact, and even in King David said both of them is different parts. He said, "Bring them over here, put your foot in their neck, put it down on their neck."
That's it. Bring the kings here.
That's right. Second Ezra 4:29. Therefore, that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot is come that sown with good. So the Most High said He's going to have to put this place apart, and we're seeing it in the face. At night, Psalms 91 and 92 is they with thine own eyes. So you see basically the
reward of the wicked.
God, the reward of the wicked, which means the Most High coming back to take this place motherfucking down.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:8. What hath pride profited us? See,
Mother.
dumb bullshit.
What was that? Wisdom Solomon what?
5:8. What hath pride profited us? Or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? And that's you got all the money, you got all the gold, you got all the silver. You set the prices of the gold and silver,
They got all
and
the
you
great credit too.
absolutely
They fabricated and propped themselves up behind.
Come on,
Right.
man.
Exactly.
Right? And this is all to your destruction. Right? Thus saith the Most High.
You gotta love it. Gotta love it.
All right. Second Peter.
These are hurt.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, just jump to Daniel 7 and 18. We're gonna finish with that one.
Okay, cool, cut.
That's right. You got you. There it is.
But the saints, that's perfect. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever, forever.
Right. And when the true saints of the Most High possess the kingdom, there will be no more wars.
That's right.
There will be no more of these because it says turn your
plowshares into pruning.
I mean, turn your swords into pruning.
Exactly.
Right. You're going to turn all those weapons of war into agricultural instruments because there will be no more war, man. All right, when the true Israelites are in rulership.
Finally gonna get that peace on earth.
And it's funny that you say that because, like you said, when the issues through their paperwork went there, it started a war, and it's been a war over there ever since.
That's it. That's it.
And yeah, it's been more wars in that part of the matter of fact, it's been more wars since they went over there
Exactly.
than in the history of mankind. Within a rulership and time period of any people. Hey, so with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, all honor and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekakodash,
It's about a time, matter of time.
Turn the machines on.